friends! I nearly forgot today was a day to record because, well, it's kind of a Monday at work because we had yesterday, Labor Day, off, but it's a Tuesday, but it was kind of a Tuesday, you know, one of those crazy days. So I nearly forgot about you, but here we go. Let's have some fun. Hi, my name is Kay, and this is my Cave of Possibilities. I have knitting stuff to the left of me, cross-stitch stuff to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Like I said, I nearly forgot that it was time to do a video just because yesterday was not full of the normal yesterday stuff. So, let's get started with, well, my replacement for Lady of the Flag. So it's another fancy lady, and I have been working away on Celtic Christmas. This is a lavender lace pattern. You can see there in the corner. How is the reflection? Let's see there. That's what she's supposed to look like. And I have finished up the bottom of her skirt. So next I will start in on the border embellishments and work my way from the bottom up towards the top of the chart. I decided I would see how I liked beading as I go, so I went ahead and put all the beads on. And I have a nice floofy piece of batting to roll up between the beads and the next roll of fabric. So hopefully that will not get squished while I'm working from one to the next. Here's a picture of where I had started her and then here we are right now. So she was the weekend project. I typically work on her on Saturdays and Sundays, just like I worked on Lady of the Flag, typically on Saturday and Sunday. The next project I don't have. It has gone off to be finished, but I stitched up this little chicken right here, and so the chicken carcass has gone off to my best friend Lisa. I can't say that she likes finishing, but she will, for me, finish stuff. And this is destined to be a smalls exchange for one of the retreats that I'm going to. I think it's going to be for the Lake City Stitcher retreat, which is coming up here at the end of September. I told Lisa that I had the chicken carcass all ready to go for her, and she thought I was talking about dinner and not the actual chickens. So that was the second-ish, the next project that I worked on. And then I got to thinking about, I have paid for and will be attending the one-day stitch-in that my friend Brooke is putting on, and I had the flyer in last week's video. You can pop in there and have a look all about it. It is going to be on October 25th, and so I needed another small, but I wanted it to be smaller than a chicken so it could be done up really quickly. And in the back of my mind, I decided what I wanted to do, but I didn't have it, so I had to put an order in to get the stuff for it. So that's next. So in between finishing the chicken and waiting for the stuff for the next small to come in, I started and worked on Autumn Quaker. This is another one by Primrose Cottage, and it is the last of the season Quakers that I need to do. And here is where I have gotten to. Pretty much have the first quarter of it done, and I am stitching it on a 32 count straw linen from Weeks Dye Works 2/2. I'm using Hyacinth from the Gentle Art. To put this over here. It calls for three things, tabs. Wow, my brain is gone today. 3 of these things to be able to stitch it fully. And one of my skeins is slightly different than the other 2. So what I've been doing is I've just been pulling off one strand of 3 flosses, and then I'll do all off of each card. So I have 3 cards. So 1 strand off of each 3 cards, and then I thread 3 needles with each of those. So I have 9 needles ready to go. And then I just pull randomly from the threaded needles. So that randomizes where that one skein that's slightly different is showing up. So, oh kitty, can you not step on that? So anyway, as you can see, it doesn't really giving you any indication of where the slightly different skein of floss is hitting. This is going to be a fast one, even though I didn't intentionally plan for it to be. So my next the finish that I want for the Witchy Stitcher, I had thought about the Yikes Berry from Erica Michaels, and this is not a new pattern. It was released like in 2015, but it was pretty much sold out, not available wherever I looked. But after a Google search, it just happened to be available at Cobweb Corner, and Carla is just over at Cobweb Corner. I'm all over. Is fantastic. I need this board, don't I? And so she had it in her shop, so I ordered it from her, along with the Weeks Dye Works flosses that I needed, and got to work on this. This is only 2 days of work on it, and it goes really, really fast. I just love how crazy green the floss is there. I only have one more little orange swirl to do and a yellow star, and then I need to do a bunch of the little specialty stitch stars around, and then I need to decide what if I'm going to do regular cross stitches there in the center of the spider or put in a specialty stitch or 2, and then this will be ready to go to be finished. Oh, this is Plum by Fiber on a Whim. And can you see that corner down there that is rounded? I'm still annoyed about that. You pay for a full half quarter and then a full fat quarter, not a half quarter. Half quarter doesn't make any sense. You pay for a full fat quarter, and then it comes with like 2 inches cut off and practically unusable because they've serged it in a half circle. That's annoying. I don't like it. The fabric itself is fantastic. Also, this is a 32 count, and I am stitching it 2 over 2. Was that everything? Did I tell everybody? No. The Celtic Christmas is being stitched on a 28 count, and that is Nordic blue. So I think that is all the stitching. It's just been a little bit of this and a little bit of that as we go along. I will probably finish up Yikes Berry while I work on editing this and pulling out a lot of my brain farts, where my brain just goes on pause and we wait for the world to start again at like glacial speeds. Some things that are just going on in the world is it was the first football game of the season last Saturday. Pretty good game. The team won, but then again we were playing an opponent who did not have a good team. We expected that they, it's hard to be nice to the opponent when you steamrolled them, you know, like 60 something to 0. I started rooting for the opposing team just to get scores on the board. You know, come on, you boys, don't feel so bad. You're up against a pretty good team. We'll see how that plays out in the next couple weeks, but you know, we'll see. So there you go. Anything else football wise? Perfect weather, beautiful. Well, here's a photo. Anyway, it's a beautiful setting. It was just the perfect night for some football. Really, really enjoyed that. On Labor Day, we went over to the Ruth and Nathan Hill Theater, which is up in American Fork, generally referred to as the Ruth, where we watched Something Rotten, which is a take on, you know, the world into the Renaissance where William Shakespeare is like a rock star. It was pretty funny. It had several call-outs to other plays, and this is and that's in the others. It was silly. We giggled. The production was absolutely fantastic. Had a good time. Enjoyed it quite a bit. Things that are coming up. Not this weekend, but the next weekend is the Crazy Woman Stitching Retreat in Casper, Wyoming. I'm really looking forward to going to that. I leave, let's see, you'll be watching this. I'll post this on Wednesday. So a week from Wednesday, we will load up the car, Lisa and I, and head off to Casper. See some of our friends that we don't get to see very often and have a great time just stitching our little hearts away. We're pulling a crazy because from Casper to the Buc-ee's in Colorado is only 3 hours. But if we're at the Buc-ee's in Colorado, it only has added an hour to our trip home. So instead of 6 hours, it's only 7 hours. And so we're going to do a side trip to Buc-ee's down in Colorado and have, you know, brisket sandwiches and ices and beaver nuggets and all sorts of other delicious gas station food. Okay, so we have to qualify this, that the Buc-ee's brisket is not the best brisket sandwich on the face of this planet, but it is a most excellent brisket sandwich available at a gas station. I mean, for gas station food, that's a good brisket. So we're kind of excited for that. I might get us a couple souvenirs of this and that. I know they have enamel pins, and so I'll probably pick up a couple of those, and with the dreams that I will come home and snip off the pin backs and make it into a needle minder. But let's be real, that's never going to happen. I can dream about it, but it's not what's going to happen. Anything else? Princess is down here, just right here off screen, just purring her little heart away, just like she does. Huh, little cat. Huh, little cat. So that's a really short one. And I think I just talked really fast because I wasn't thinking about doing a video. So then I got in the mood I have to hurry home and do a video so you guys can see what I have been up to. And it just got short. So, c'est la vie. I hope you guys are doing well. It's starting to feel a little bit like fall here. A little nippy in the mornings, which is absolutely lovely. We could definitely use more rain as we have been very dry. We did get a nice thunderstorm sometime last week. It came through and dumped about 1/4 inch in overnight. So not a lot of hard rain, but plenty of rain all the same. So is that everything? That is everything. Hope you guys are doing well. Chin up, look for the good in the world, look for the good that you can do in your little neighborhood. I can't change the world. I can try to be a source for good in my neighborhood. So that's kind of my goal. Hugs and stitches, everybody. Bye! My name is Kay, and